The sun was sinking behind the village of Shravasti, painting the sky in hues of fire and ash, when a broken figure emerged from the dust. Kisa, a young mother barely 20 summers old, stumbled toward the Buddha's grove, her arms cradling a small, still form wrapped in white cloth. Her breath came in ragged gasps, her bare feet torn and bleeding from her desperate run. The villagers parted before her like wheat before the wind, their eyes wide with pity and fear. She fell at the Buddha's feet, her voice raw with anguish. "Please," she begged, her tears falling onto the tiny bundle in her arms. "You are the enlightened one, bring him back to me. I cannot bear this pain." The air grew heavy with silence. Even the birds ceased their songs. The Buddha looked upon her with eyes that held the depth of 10,000 lifetimes. He did not offer empty comfort. Instead, he reached into the folds of his robe and produced a single, tiny mustard seed, holding it between his fingers like a fragile hope. "Bring me a seed like this," he said, his voice as steady as the earth beneath them, "but it must come from a home that has never known death." Kisa clutched the seed and ran first to the home of an old farmer, his back bent from years of toil. She knocked, her voice trembling. "Please, has death ever visited your family?" The farmer's face darkened. He held up his hand, 3 fingers missing. "My son was taken by the river last harvest," he said. "My wife followed soon after. Death is no stranger here." Next, she came to a widow's hut, where a woman sat spinning thread, her hands moving like ghosts over the loom. "Have you ever lost someone?" Kisa whispered. The widow didn't look up. "My husband, my daughter, even my dog, just last winter." Her fingers tightened around the thread. "Death comes for us all, child." As the sun dipped below the horizon, Kisa returned to the Buddha, her hands empty. The tears still flowed, but something had shifted. I couldn't find a single home untouched by loss," she admitted, her voice barely a whisper. The Buddha nodded. "Now you see, Kisa. The first arrow has struck us all. But tell me," the Buddha continued, "when your child died, did you also curse the gods? Did you scream, 'Why me?' Did you blame yourself for not holding him tighter?" Kisa's breath hitched. She had. "Every night." "That," the Buddha said gently, "is the second arrow. The one we shoot into our own hearts." Kisa sunk to her knees, not in despair, but in understanding. The Buddha touched her shoulder. "The first arrow, that is life. The second, that is our choice." In time, Kisa would become a nun, sharing this truth with others who grieved. She never forgot her son, but she learned to carry his memory without poisoning it with "if only" and "what if." The Buddha did not erase her pain. He gave her something far greater, the wisdom to stop twisting the knife in her own wounds. For pain is inevitable. But suffering, that requires your permission. And so we must ask ourselves, where have I shot the second arrow? And more importantly, can I lay down the bow? Thanks for watching.